Hey, what's going on everyone? My name's Yuziko and welcome back to Project Eden's Garden. So, in the last episode, we met every student in Eden's Garden. Well, at least I think so. But yeah, after we met everyone, we actually witnessed our first murder. It's actually really surprising because I thought one of the students will die first, but then we're actually solving a murder case that was months or years ago. I actually forgot. But yeah, hopefully we find enough evidence to know who the killer is. I'm pretty sure the killer is just a guy speaking on the speaker, but who knows, maybe I'm wrong. So, without further ado, let's just hop right in. Alright, everything seems alright. Hello?
Oh boy.
Did you just catch the look on Kai's face before he ran away? Dude was about to puke.
Yeah,
Guess the whole thing got the better of him.
for real.
Yeah, it's really gruesome sight. I swear on my dragster that I've never seen anything like it.
You get me?
I mean, I don't make a habit of running into dead bodies, but still, you know?
I know.
At the end of the day, it's just some puppet. It can't be any worse than a Halloween decoration.
Huh?
Where have you been trick-or-treating? Wolf Creek Crater? A discovery like this would traumatize anyone. Well, almost anyone. I'm fairly thick-skinned. He's clearly not in the right headspace for a investigation. I should just ignore him. Wow. Alright. Okay. So this is based on a real case? I barely know the girl and yet I feel horrible. I've had my fair share of grievances, but nothing like what she would have endured. I'd do anything to get back on my ship, even if I had to live through a never-ending storm. John seems to miss being out at sea. I guess I can't blame him. I want to be anywhere but here right now. Yeah, me too. Hello.
I just want to go home.
Can't believe this is happening. It's just a dummy. It'll be all fine. She's clearly having a moment. Not something I want to deal with right now. I swear, I swear Damon is really like heartless. Useless was scribbling something down in his notebook.
I must take note of this.
Curious corporate television can barely create convincing corpses, so how does one wind up here?
Huh?
What does that mean? He finished what he was writing and lowered the book from his face.
According to my notes.
You see, convincingly, realistic mannequins like this one are real, but rare. It's cheaper, albeit clunkier, to recreate a body using special effects, but that's obviously not the case here. Somehow, we have a mannequin indistinguishable from a real human. Our captors must not be tight on money.
Yes.
They could produce an amazing TV show, certainly. I mean, okay. Hello, Mark?
Hi.
Hey, are you investigating? I'll take that as a no. I mean, it's fine. Who else is investigating? Whoa, what the? Is that an AK? Our captors gave us a lot of information about this victim. To their credit, what's written on the tablet seems accurate, but I should inspect the body just in case. Damn it, it's just a doll. Damon, stop hesitating. Wait, can I... The doll was slumped against the door, her torso soaked in blood. Parts of her shirt had been ripped open, exposing bits of bloody, indiscernible pulp. I quickly took a step back, trying to control my breathing to avoid throwing up. It's just a doll. There's no reason to be afraid of a doll. I mean, does it smell like blood? That's what I'm wondering. A bloody knife lay next to the victim. It's safe to say that this must be the murder weapon. Bloody knife has been added to the truth bullet section of your trinket. Wow. And now, let's talk about this AK. The initial sight of the doll shocked me so much I completely overlooked this rifle. Inspecting it now, I realized something. If If the victim was stabbed, why was a rifle near her body? I'm assuming that she tried to use it first, but then she got stabbed. That rifle. Could ya step back for a bit? I'm curious about something.
No.
What? No, Before I could finish my sentence, John walked over to where I was and picked up the gun.
Hey.
Hey, you're messing with the crime scene. Ignoring me, he released the magazine of the gun with surprising ease.
Huh?
From the top of the magazine, protruded a loaded bullet?
I see.
Huh? That's interesting. This rifle hasn't even been used. Definitely a dangerous thing to have around. I'll put it down and guard it so nobody gets any smart ideas. Better than him holding it. Damn, a loaded gun? What was going on in the killer's head? Why bring a gun to the crime scene and not even use it? I think she was going to use it. I don't know, I don't think the killer would use the gun. Unless that gun was purely for intimidation. It's not very logical, but it'd be a twisted game to play with the victim. Assault rifle has been added to the truth bullet section of your trinket. Sweet. What now? Oh, hands? Her hands were surprisingly clean, all things considered. There were no other marks or injuries, apart from her nails. It looked like there was dried blood underneath them. Why was there blood underneath her nails but not on the rest of her hand? Victim hands has been added. Well, that is pretty strange. Body? The girl has been stabbed repeatedly. I don't need a tablet to know that. However, her cause of death. You'd think it was a stab to the heart or something, but the tablet claimed blood loss. Taking a closer look, the wounds, they didn't seem excessively deep. At least, not deep enough to pierce her heart. If she died from blood loss, what does that say about the killer? They probably could have killed her quickly if they wanted. Did they want her to suffer a slow death? Damn, this is messed up. That seemed to be all the evidence. Nothing else was catching my eye. I should check the inside of the closet now. Alright. I can't. No legs. Nope. I can't check anywhere. Alright. I guess I'll just leave. Are you sure you want to leave? Yes. Alright. Where are we gonna go? Over here? Wait. Oh, that's the entrance. Never mind. Never mind. Go over here. What about this door? Laundry room. A laundromat? What's a laundromat doing here? Apart from how weathered it was, it didn't match the hallway at all. Could we be inside some kind of hotel? Maybe it fell to ruin because it didn't know how to spend its budget. Not sure. Is there any evidence? Though the room itself looked shabby and old, these machines were quite modern. It's like the room I woke up in having that generator. Why are bits of modern technology scattered throughout an otherwise abandoned building? No idea. What about over here? Oh wait, does this say the same thing? Oh, yeah, I think it does. Can I go in these rooms? What am I doing? I'm supposed to be investigating the crime scene. You never know, okay, Daemon? You never know. What about over here? Oh, this is where everybody's, chilling at? Seems the runaways have taken shelter here. Oh, hey, new guy.
Seriously.
Stop calling me that. Sheesh, he looks pathetic. I doubt these people have anything useful to say. I should just get out of here. Okay, well, just interact with them. The speaker man expects us to solve a murder case? Why? We're students, not detectives. Why did we have to see a body? Don't forget, it's only a dummy.
Be quiet.
What? I don't recall signing up for some kind of Halloween attraction. I never have, and never will, enjoy haunted houses. What just happened accentuates my beliefs. The kid's having difficulty keeping her cool, no surprise there. She probably couldn't do much in an investigation anyway. May as well give her some space. Alright, what about you? How's the investigation going?
Yeah.
Alright, I guess.
I see.
I wish I could help. I really, really want to.
Uh,
It's just that Toshiko, well, I'm not supposed to say anything, but she was really, you know.
oh.
Anyway, have we figured out what happened to Kara?
Seriously?
You don't have to call the dummy by its name.
Oh.
Huh? Why?
It's simple.
Because it's a dummy.
Hey.
But this crime scene is based on an actual murder, isn't it? If we're respectful to the dummy, we're also being respectful to the real victim.
Come again?
So you believe the tablet? Wasn't it you who said we shouldn't trust the speaker guy? I think it's harder to lie with such a realistic looking dummy. You can't make something like that without referencing a real person. Even if that's true, who cares? Our priority is the murder, not the identity of the dummy. Alright. What about you? That John guy. You agreed he's weird, right? Dude says he's a great captain, but I think working with him would scare me crapless. Maybe it's because I'm not a pirate. I don't know.
Right.
He's weird, but a friendly leader isn't necessarily a good leader.
Man.
I'd take a dumb softie over that guy any day. Cool. Okay. Let's just go. Oh, I forgot about you. This stupid murder mystery theater thing is just a waste of time. The school is stupid, the train that took us here is stupid. Everyone here is even more stupid.
Son of a.
Oh wow, okay. Get me out of here. Doesn't sound like she wants to investigate. Probably for the best. Yep, I agree with you. Alright, let's go over here. Can I do anything else? Oh, janitor's closet? Oh, what the? Okay, I guess we could go in here. Like the rest of the building, the inside of the closet was old and dilapidated. It was the last place I want to dig through, but I had to gather as much evidence as possible. Otherwise, I won't be able to present a strong argument. Yeah, fair point. What about you?
Check it out.
Hey, check out what's behind his door. Saying that, she stepped away from the corner.
Right.
It's a ladder. Doesn't seem like there's anything strange about it. Why was this brought to my attention again?
Dude, not cool.
I'm disappointed in you.
Huh?
Huh?
So hackneyed.
You call that thing a ladder? It's so obviously a step ladder.
Seriously?
Aren't they practically the same thing?
Pardon me.
I have to agree with Miss Amber. Everyone knows that Ace investigator must record his evidence as accurately as possible. That's certainly what the victim would want. Ah, gosh. Blah! A guy that doesn't get my reference is no fun to be around. I'm gonna check on the peeps outside. Smell you later, lawyer man. He's already out of here? Did she investigate anything besides that stupid ladder? I mean, who knows? It might be useful. Wolfgang.
It's for the best.
We must make every effort to examine the crime scene as thoroughly as possible, not for the sake of entertaining the people who kidnapped us, but for the sake of the victim. After all, this was based on a real murder, was it not? That was what the tablet said, though I'm still skeptical about the validity of that statement. Okay. What about you, Ava? There might be more clues around here. I'm going to check this entire closet for evidence. No thanks. A person like her is probably more likely to cause a murder, not solve one. Alright, have fun with that. Okay, come on, Damon. You're like literally downplaying Ava. Come on. Back of the closet. I need to inspect the area around me before I think about moving to the back of the room. Okay. What is that? A bucket? It's a bucket. Pretty typical thing to find inside a janitor's closet. But why is it randomly lying there? Or here? There's nothing inside of it, except... What is this smell? It smelled like bleach? Bucket has been added to the triplet section of your trinket. Okay. Pretty cool. Clock. There's a clock above the door. Doesn't seem like it works. Okay. Anything here? Shelf? The shelf was packed with an assortment of towels. I briskly inspected them, lifting each towel to check for anything underneath. Many had gathered dust, but that was it. Nothing looked suspicious about them. Looks like that's everything around here. Should I check the other end of the room? Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Wait, what? They were there the whole time? Okay. Ingrid, I'll talk to you.
Golly.
These shelves are real intriguing. Take a look. Some of the cleaning brands go as far back as the 80s and 90s.
Huh?
You recognize them? Cause I use them. Why would you do that?
How should I put it?
Old chemicals do the job better since there were fewer regulations about what's poisonous and all that. Just don't ask where I got them. Don't want to alert the fuzz. Oh gosh, okay. I'm sure they don't care about her black market cleaning supplies. I mean, alright. Desmond.
Gotta stay one step ahead.
I checked all the containers on the shelf. They're all full with the exception of one. A bottle of bleach.
Huh?
Bleach? Huh? There was a bucket in his closet that reeked of it.
Makes sense.
That's probably not a coincidence, given this thing is supposed to emulate a real crime scene. It's crazy how much effort has been put into this. I can't think too much about what kind of situation we're in, or I'll never be able to handle it. Alright. Waynuna? I still can't pronounce her name. I don't know if I'm saying it right. That security camera, it's brand new. Now that she's mentioned it, it does look out of place. You'd think it would have gathered dust like the other items in here. Did it recently get cleaned or something? My company's headquarters have similar ones installed, except these cameras are even more high-tech. Typical school, spending more on security than educating their students. That's assuming this is even the academy's doing. Alright. Is that toilet paper? Anything here? Oh gosh. I didn't mean to click on you again. The rest of the room is Pixty, and then there's a high-tech security camera. Talk about reckless investments. Can it really be chalked up to that? Over here. Over here. It's another surveillance camera. Is the guy on the speaker watching us through this? Just a thought makes my stomach turn. Ding dong, bing bong. Oh gosh, did it already start? Feel like we only have a little bit of evidence. Is this even enough for a trial? Alright everyone, that's time. Look at you all. You investigated the crime scene so well. It's enough to bring a tear to my eye. Jokes aside, please meet by the elevator for the class trial. You should find it somewhere around the Tree of Ignorance. Don't make me wait too long. I might start getting zap happy. See you soon. Click. Class trial? What the heck does that mean? Sounds like that's the end of our investigation.
Let's see.
If we're done with this closet, we should go outside and talk to the others. I don't know if that was enough evidence. That was only like 5 pieces of evidence or something.
Come off the grass.
Oi, what the heck is a class trial? Your guess is good as mine.
Duh.
Obviously, we're going to court. Court?
What?
He's going to put us on trial?
Listen to me.
Maybe that's where we'll talk about the clues we found.
Just saying.
Makes sense for our current situation. Investigation, clues, files. What else could that stuff be for?
Well put.
Good point. It does seem oddly familiar to court procedures. Obviously, we're missing key suspects and witnesses, but they don't seem to be relevant to this case anyway.
Wait a minute.
He mentioned that this elevator was near the Tree of Ignorance, right? He must be referring to the room with the tree.
Focus.
Probably, yeah. It's the only thing I can think of. However, I don't recall seeing an elevator anywhere.
Just follow me.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get our butts over there. She keeps treating this like a dumb game. If we're really going on trial, that's gonna be a nuisance to deal with.
Okay.
We might as well follow her. One by one, everyone left. I guess I have no choice but to go as well. Alright. Yep, everyone just... Oh, I forgot she was there. Let's go. Wait. Okay. Why is Toshiko here? Is she waiting for me? How do you remain so stoic at a time like this? Aren't you worried at all?
It's simple.
No, not really. It's not like we're investigating some high-stake murder. It's just a dummy, that's it. Yes, quite. I completely concur. She's obviously faking it. Without even looking at her face, I can tell she's sweating bullets. Alright. Well, I guess I'll just leave you outside. Over here. When I arrived at the tree, I saw that people were already bickering.
Check it out.
A big tree? Eden's Garden Academy? Overused religious symbolism is tight. I really hope we get let out after this.
Oi, you.
Can you confirm, liar chick? Wow. Why are you asking her?
Come off the grass.
Come off the grass, she's clearly faking her talent.
Am I hearing you right?
And that makes her one of the bad guys? Who would want to fake their identity besides someone with a secret to hide? I bet she's the one who brought that gas bomb onto the train.
Really?
And she didn't think to bring a mask to avoid passing out or whatever? If all you needed was a mask to protect you, then... Hey, don't look at me. I literally passed out. This helmet's got plenty of holes in it. I suffocate otherwise. No, the liar chick's totally sus. Just look at how calm she's been acting. She somehow knew that dead body was a dummy. Then she poked it in the face? That's not normal.
Deal with it.
I told you, it was my intuition.
Ugh.
Intuition might... okay.
Hold your horses.
It's not unbelievable. My gut told me we should inspect the doll. Now look at us. We're on a mission to solve her murder.
Any clue?
Where's this elevator supposed to be again? That's right. There's meant to be an elevator around here. But all I see is this Tree of Ignorance. Maybe we're missing something here. Or maybe we're being played for fools. Tuh. Oh. Okay. That liar chick is definitely hiding something. No matter how much she mourns deny it, it's the truth. Okay.
Interesting indeed.
Last trial, huh? Yep. Desmond? Is there really an elevator around here? Seems kinda hard to believe. Wouldn't that sort of thing be pretty difficult to, you know, hide? I'm pretty sure it would. Once this is all over, I think I'll allow myself a nap. Okay. Hey, don't look so down. Even though things seem uncertain at the moment, try not to let it get to you.
Put a smile on that face.
You should wear a big smile. Smiling always makes me feel better. Thanks for the advice. Okay.
Man.
And I thought I was finally gonna have a normal school experience? Nobody's going to believe this. Well, they might believe you guys, but the whole world's just gonna laugh at me.
This sucks.
This sucks. He definitely has a inflated view of himself. Alright. Well, are you going to help? This is stupid. Is that his attempt at an excuse? Oh gosh, what the? I just realized. Is that blood on the mask? What the? Okay, time to go.
Weird.
There's gotta be an elevator somewhere around here.
Let me think.
Maybe it's hidden behind some kind of, crud. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's called a... Awesome. It's called...
Yeah.
Nah, not funny, dude. Alright. New objective. Find the elevator.
Yep.
It can't be that hard, can it? Come on, let's investigate. Alright.
Sheesh.
Ugh, let's just get this over with and done with. Alright. Ingrid. This'll definitely be a story to tell the folks back home. Alright. My mom will be so worried that I don't answer her calls. Nah, accepting the letter was the worst mistake of my life. Alright.
Damn.
That gopher woman made some loaded accusations, huh? People can believe what they want about me. In the meantime, I'm going to search for the elevator.
I see.
Alright then. Okay. I think Toshiko's the last one. The Tree of Ignorance. This reminds me of an exhibit I saw in London.
Come again?
That's certainly random. Well, it was a very memorable exhibit. No, the London thing. Were you on vacation?
No.
A vacation? No, I don't do so much of those anymore.
Eh?
Why is that? Inconsequential. Nevertheless, London was one of the nicer places to visit. Even if it was only for a few days, I really enjoyed meeting everyone there. There's no way she would have met everyone in London in a few days. You know, I feel like it's possible. Oh. Whatever this class trial entails, if we want to overcome it, we gotta work as a team. Jumping down each other's throats will get us nowhere. Yeah, I agree. I feel like this is obviously a door. The more I look at it, the more confused I am. I'm gonna get a headache. I better stop. Okay. I guess I'll just look around. Here. Here. Over here. This thing. Nope. Nope. There's nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. This thing? At the base of the tree was a marble bust depicting a figure in a creepy mask. There were cracks all over the mask, and one of the eyes was even missing. How old must this thing be?
What you doing?
You noticed the statue too, don't ya?
Huh?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
You alright?
What's up with the statue? There's definitely something whack about it. I just can't put my finger on what.
Look,
The mask is broken. There's a piece missing. Is that weird? The statue's probably, like, super old. It makes sense it'd be cracking and stuff.
I'm talking.
No, this definitely seems intentional.
Wait.
Like, it's crappy on purpose? Even so, it's not relevant to the elevator, is it? Well, you know,
What about...
maybe if we find a piece and place it back on the statue, something will happen. Like a puzzle solving game.
Hmm.
That sounds kind of far-fetched, but it wouldn't hurt to try.
Sounds easy.
You saying we gotta look around for the other part of the mask? Hold on to your butts, cause I got the eyes of a predator.
Whatever.
This isn't a never mind. With that, everyone started to search the tree again. Some people inspected the tree itself while others scoured around it. After what seemed like only a few minutes, Grace stood up frantically with something in her hand. Oi, everyone, I found it! We gathered around Grace to see what she was holding.
Nice.
Nice, that must be it.
Um,
What should we do with it? Do we just stick it back in the mask?
Leave it to me.
Probably yeah. I'll take care of it.
soybean.
Back off, Hercules. You ain't the one who found it. Grace brought the piece over to the statue and slotted it right into the mask. And then, nothing happened.
Fail.
Oh, that was anticlimactic. Oh. So it's like a key? Suddenly the ground we were standing on began to shake.
Golly.
Oh golly.
Oh,
Are we about to die? I don't think so. Oh yeah, what did I say? What did I say? Come on. What?
Yo.
Yo, I was right.
whoa.
That actually worked? A secret passageway in a tree. I never thought I'd see that. The Tree of Knowledge, a symbol of sentience, intuition, and understanding, exists here only as a barren replica. The Tree of Ignorance emulates the wonder of nature but does not achieve it. And justly so, for ignorance often aspires to be seen as wisdom.
Game over, man. Game over.
Oh gosh, now he's spitting random philosophy. We're so done. Will this take us to the elevator?
What about...
There's stairs at the foot of the opening.
Question mark? Yep.
What are we waiting for? Let's explore.
If I may ask.
What? Why the sudden rush?
Duh.
I want to get home, duh.
Elementary, my dear.
If we get this over with, we'll get out quicker. It's simple math.
Sure.
Fair enough. So we just walk in, do we? One by one, we approach the opening of the tree and descended into the darkness. Oh wow. This is an elevator. I see. The elevator is underneath the tree. Reckless investments, I'm telling you. With a rumble, the elevator began its descent. We stood in silence, 16 worried strangers, plummeting into the unknown. That's what we were, after all. Random people thrown into this horrible place, and for what? Some twisted man's game? Fake crime scene, an investigation, a creepy statue, an elevator, in a tree? None of this was the work of your average kidnapper. This was something much bigger, and in no way could it be connected to Eden's Garden Academy. The elevator began to slow, snapping me out of my thoughts. I stood tall, and when movement stopped completely, the doors opened. Oh wow, okay. It certainly does look interesting. It kind of reminds me of a church. In front of us was a large circular hall supported by marble pillars. In the center of the room, 16 podiums had been arranged into a circle. Were those for us? Welcome everyone. I hope you enjoyed the elevator ride, even if it was a bit quick. As you can see, this is the trial room. Each podium has a name on it. Find your designated podium and stand there until I give you further instructions.
However,
And if we don't comply, then I'll zap you, of course.
back off.
Not on this zapping crap again. Just face it, Miss Madison. We have to go along with his demands. Looks like there were a few smart ones in the pack, eh? Well, come along now. We don't have all day. There was no avoiding it. We had to assume our places. Wow, that's actually pretty cool. Scanning the faces around me, everyone wore similar expressions. Discomfort, anger, worry, it didn't end. We've been kidnapped and forced to play as pawns in some inane game. No free will, no choice in our actions. All we could do was move forward. We had to hope for an escape. A way to run from this twisted place. We had to solve this murder case. Would you like to? Yes, I would save. Thank you. Okay, so this is the first trial. I think I have it at the max difficulty. So we'll see how that is. And if it's too difficult for me, I'll move down to medium. Well, I guess let's just begin the class trial.
Let's begin with a brief explanation of the class trial. The objective here is simple. Explain how the murder took place. Using evidence you've gathered during the investigation, you will argue what you believe happened to the victim. Should you all agree on the right answer, you will be free to leave this place. Should you all agree on the wrong answer, well, you'll find out. That's all there is to it. Have fun, everybody.
Somebody, get me out of here.
If this is something we must discuss, I know a good place to start.
Get me out of here, 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 get me out of here! Somebody get me out of here! What happened to her? Oh, they fried her brain!
Calm down. It's only a shock. She won't suffer any permanent side effects. If I wanted to see the brain dead vicar, I'd just turn on the telly. On that note, please, carry on.
Holy crap, the people running this thing aren't playing around.
As you were saying, Wolfgang?
Right. The way I see it, the objective of this trial...
By the way, can I get like a seat with this thing? I'm just gonna be an onlooker. It's only fair.
You're seriously not going to contribute?
What am I even supposed to do?
Put your detective hat on, buddy. We're here to solve a mystery.
Yeah, who murdered that dummy chick, right?
Not who murdered her, how they murdered her.
Did that tablet not explain it?
It listed her wounds, yes, but it didn't explain how they were inflicted.
Probably because it's so obvious.
But, Miss Amber, you didn't even read the tablet.
And I don't have to.
Would you look at that? A debate's already underway.
These guys are clearly confused. I need to stop them before they arrive at the wrong conclusion. Oh gosh, do you hear that? That's the sound of a non-stop debate approaching. During non-stop debates, your classmates will speak one after another without interruption. Students may say things that contradict the truth, and it's your job to determine which statements must be broken in order to progress the trial. For your ammo, you've been equipped with the truth bullets you gathered during the investigation. Truth bullets that are relevant to the debate will be loaded into your truth cylinder. Use the mouse to aim your reticle and press the right key to fire. You want to aim for words highlighted in gold, those are the weak spots. A lie or contradiction may be hiding within a weak spot. Carefully compare your classmates' statements to the evidence you have gathered, and use the correct true bullet to destroy the relevant weak spot. If things are flying by too fast, use the spacebar to concentrate. This will temporarily slow down time. Speaking of time, be sure not to run out of it. That is an automatic game over. Really? Wow, alright. Not that someone of your caliber would ever fail. Oh wow. Anyway, press the F3 key to revisit the controls whenever you wish. That's all for now. Don't jump to too many conclusions. Alright, we'll just see how this goes. assault rifle, bloody knife.
The mystery was never about who killed Kara, but how she died.
Is that true? Objection! It's obvious what the murder weapon was.
I didn't get a good look at the crime scene, but the body was pretty bloody.
And what could have spilled that blood besides that big, scary gun?
Ah, that's right. There was a gun.
You hear that, lawyer man? She agrees.
The loudest voices in the room aren't always the smartest. Fortunately, an uninformed argument is never difficult to shoot down.
The
Okay.
mystery was never about who
Um,
killed Kara,
Oh gosh,
but
I already
how
forgot
she
her name.
died.
Is that true? Objection!
She said big gun,
Obvious what the murder weapon
so I don't know if
I didn't
It's-
get a good look at the crime scene.
okay, I'm just gonna say the assault rifle for the second part.
What could have spilled that blood besides that big, scary gun?
No, that's wrong!
Oh wow, that's that's actually pretty cool.
Cassidy, can you stop butting in? You barely investigated the crime scene to begin with.
Whoa, what? I searched that place from top to bottom.
All right, then tell me, how was a fully loaded assault rifle used as the murder weapon?
That's easy. It wasn't.
Obviously, the shooter reloaded their gun to full capacity.
I feel like it would have been a massacre if that actually happened.
Any smart shooter could tell you that. Right, Desmond?
Why are you bringing me into this?
Except, the victim suffered multiple stab wounds to the torso. If the gun was fired, not only should the body have had bullet wounds, but there would be shell casings from the fired bullets.
Details. If the gun didn't do that, chicken, what was the actual murder weapon?
The actual murder weapon, that's obvious. What was the actual murder weapon? Oh yes, the door and the ladder. The knife.
I got it. The bloody knife. It's just so blatantly obvious. It was literally right next to the victim's body.
Why so Camp's razor gotta ruin everything?
Interesting. Both the knife and the rifle were present at the crime scene, but only the knife was used.
Kind of weird choosing the inferior weapon.
Nothing beats the sting of a sharpened blade.
If the killer didn't use the rifle, why was it at the crime scene?
Maybe it came from inside the closet.
Don't see why you'd be storing a gun in a janitor's closet.
Man, I don't know. What if it's not even related to the murder?
Of course it's related. It's covered in blood.
Oh no. Everyone's starting to yell.
This debate is getting out of control fast. I need to say something. Alright. Okay, let's do it again. Tablet assault rifle victim's hands.
To reiterate, both the rifle and the knife were next to the victim's body.
Yet they opted for the knife. Odd choice.
I bet that gun didn't even work. These days, it's all about aesthetics over effectiveness.
That's like your opinion, lady.
If the gun was broken, then the killer would have no reason to bring it with him. And yet, they did.
Watch it be for the aesthetic.
It's easy to assume the killer was the one holding the gun, but considering the details of the victim's death, I'm inclined to think otherwise.
To reiterate,
Wait, can I check the...
both the rifle and the knife.
Wait, tablet, victim... It's blood loss though. So... Okay. Okay. Okay, I think it's something to say what Nunez said.
Yet they opted for the knife.
I'm just gonna say the tablet. I think that's what it is.
I bet that gun didn't even work. These days, it's all about aesthetics over effectiveness.
That's like your opinion, lady.
If the gun was broken, then the
Oh, what? I missed my chance? Oh gosh. Wow, that's my first game over. I didn't pay attention to the time. Okay, I just kind of realized something. I just shot a bullet and it's very delayed.
Then the killer.
Is that right? Oh, it was actually right.
Stop that thought right there. If we keep assuming the killer had the gun, we'll end up running in circles.
What? You think the killer wasn't armed?
No, they were definitely armed. With a knife. The reason they didn't use a gun is probably because they never had it to begin with.
But then, who did?
Easy. The victim.
Whoa, the dummy had the gun?
If it wasn't the killer, it has to be her. She must have brought it to the closet. She was probably carrying it before the murder, but dropped it when the killer attacked her.
Oh, I guess that makes some sense.
Complete sense.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. Aren't you overlooking something?
Huh?
The victim was stabbed from the front, meaning she could have seen the killer coming, correct? If so, why didn't she shoot them?
A stealth attack! I bet the killer memorized her AI movements!
That girl must have been killed before she had the chance to defend herself.
That's not technically true. There's evidence of a struggle between the victim and the killer.
Specifically, evidence that showed the victim attempted to fight back. Oh, okay. Bucket. Wait, is it the blood or it's the bucket? Wait, no. It's the hands. Yes, it's the hands.
This is it. We found dry blood under the victim's fingernails, which implies she was clawing at her attacker. Of course, no explanation is definitive without photo proof of the killer, but I'm confident this is what happened.
Why would you resort to scratching when you're carrying a gun?
Did something get in the way of her using it?
Wonder if that killer stole it from her.
She should have seen or heard him coming from the hallway at the very least.
Why do you think she was in the hallway?
That's where the fight happened, right?
I think you're getting ahead of yourself. How can we be sure the fight happened there?
Maybe the fight started in the hallway, and after it ended, her body was dragged into the closet.
If that happened, shouldn't there have been streaks of blood on the floor or in the hallway?
Drag marks? Can't say I saw any.
It was merely a jest. No need to take it so seriously.
Instead of dragging the victim, what if the killer carried her? I don't know why they would want to do that, but it would explain the lack of drag marks.
But then, wouldn't the killer have been covered in
blood? Aye. It should have gotten everywhere. Those wounds were brutal. A few inches deep, I reckon. Carrying her would have done nothing to stop the blood flow.
Good point.
She was obviously killed in the closet. That's where the blood was?
Yes, you're right. I'm so sorry for derailing the conversation.
Moving on. That fight. The victim had the gun, but she was overpowered?
If she wanted to, she could have just, you know.
It doesn't make much sense, does it?
There must be something we're missing, something that explains how the victim was overpowered. And I know I'm the only one who can figure that out. Alright, I'll talk about agree points. During the last non-stop debate, you would have noticed some phrases were blue. Bet you weren't expecting that, huh? Those phrases are called agree points. They are the counterpart to weak spots. As the name would suggest, if an agree point aligns with the evidence you gathered, you can use your truth bullets to prove it correct. Simply aim your reticle at it, as you would with a weak spot, and shoot. In your pursuit of the truth, you must be prepared to corroborate your classmates' testimonies. When it will be wise to do so is for you to figure out. Good luck! Okay, I'm assuming this one we have to agree with someone.
That's slimy killer pulled a fast one and knocked the gun out of her hand.
By the sounds of it, those two did have a crazy tussle.
But she still carried a gun. So why didn't she shoot?
I bet that girl didn't even see them coming.
Maybe she thought the killer was her friend? I know I wouldn't hurt a friend.
She tried clawing their eyes out.
Why did the victim not shoot her attacker? Everyone's got a theory, but who's the actual answer? Wait, is there anything with the tablet? She was stabbed in the torso. No, it doesn't say anything on there.
So why
I'm actually pretty confused.
That slimy killer pulled a fast one and knocked the gun out of her hand.
By the sounds
I agree with that, but like, I don't know which one it is.
Maybe she thought the killer was her friend?
Oh gosh. Okay, well that was pretty fast. I mean, I agree with Ingrid, and I also agree with John. I just don't know what true bullet it is. Bucket, tablet. I don't think it's any of these two right here.
Why didn't she shoot?
I bet that girl
I just didn't see it coming. You know what? I'll just do this one. Oh, what the heck? Okay.
John actually has a point. The victim probably couldn't see what was going on. According to the tablet, she suffered chemical burns to the face and eyes.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I forgot. It's from the bleach, huh?
Also, inside the janitor's closet, there was a large empty bottle of bleach. That's probably the chemical that caused the burns.
Blinded with bleach? That's horrible.
All that pain, yet she still managed to fight back?
She sure put up a struggle. Without a gun, I guess the next best thing was her hands.
So the killer was definitely the one who blinded her.
Indeed. Knowing she had a gun, he blinded her to make her less dangerous. Then, when he pinned her against the door and stabbed her, she tried to retaliate.
Until eventually dying from her wounds. Jeez, this is brutal. Couldn't they have toned down the violence?
The past is in the past, and we can't change that. All we can do is solve her untimely death, eh?
I mean, by the sounds of it, we've already figured it out, right?
No. Not yet.
Seriously?
But we've already discussed so much!
We know she was armed. We know she was blinded. We figured out how she died. How is this not a closed case?
Please understand, I'm proud of everyone's hard work so far. Because of you, we're one step closer to bringing the victim justice.
This was never about the dummy.
However, we should think of this case like an equation. Knowing how it works is only half the struggle. Now we need to figure out why.
As in, the motive?
You're on the right track.
You speak like we have any information on the killer. The man's a stock image. He doesn't even have a name. What are we supposed to ascertain from that? That he's a non-character?
Not every answer will be written down for you. Sometimes actions speak louder than...
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold the phone!
Grace?
What? Since when was Grace back to normal?
Right now, Soybean. Watching you guys try to solve this mystery has been like watching a dumpster catch on fire. I guess all that smoke must have clouded your vision, 'cause there's a big elephant in this room.
An elephant in the room?
That's giving us too much credit.
So the killer incapacitated that girl. She had a gun, it makes total sense. Problem is, you've yet to explain how he used the bleach.
I sort of assumed he spilled it on the victim.
Right. He just tipped the bottle over her.
That bottle is where the bleach came from, sure. But I doubt the bottle itself was involved in the murder. When we found it, it was neatly ordered on a shelf near the back of the closet. The gun and knife were just thrown on the floor, so it's weird this weapon was handled so differently.
Do you think the killer just poured the contents of that bottle into something else?
Sure, before the actual murder took place, I'd say.
And what is this something else? Go on, explain it before this dumpster turns molten.
She's really stubborn about this, but I get the point she's trying to make. Before we move on from this subject, we need to make sure its logic is completely sound. Tablet, bucket, victim's hands, assault rifle, bloody knife. I think it's the bucket.
If the original bottle's been emptied, where'd the bleach go?
Into another bottle?
What about a container? There were a bunch in the closet.
I bet the killer had a secret water gun. So when the victim came in, pow! He squirted her in the eyes.
Hey! The ink vanishes when the battle's over.
Call the fire brigade, Grace.
Okay. An open container?
Well,
Wait, what's closer to a bucket? A water bottle or a container? I'm just gonna try this one first. Or it's just gonna go really fast. Hold on a second. Oh, okay, cool.
She's correct. The killer put the chemicals in a bucket. Or, more specifically, the same bucket we found at the crime scene. After all, it reeked of bleach. If the killer didn't use it to transport bleach, what else did they use it for? Personal cleaning? I doubt it.
Yo, that makes sense!
A broken clock is right twice a day.
Okay, cool. So, how'd the killer use that bucket to spill bleach in the victim's eyes?
It would be a fairly heavy bucket, so it's unlikely he threw it on her.
She'd shoot him before he even had the chance. Use your brain, mate.
Of course, my apologies.
It's a good question. How was the killer able to get a hefty bucket of chemicals into the victim's eyes? Especially without her knowing. I mean, I think she tripped on it. There must be some kind of clue missing here. Think, Damon, think.
Even if he did manage to splash her, the girl should have sustained intense facial burns. However, aside from her eyes, her face was relatively untouched.
Well, if you check the tablet, it said she had burns to the scalp, too.
Burns to the scalp? How does that work? Unless those chemicals came from above?
Above? Yes, that's right, above.
Did the killer somehow suspend the bucket in the air? Maybe there was a mechanism that made it tip over when someone entered
Or
the
maybe
room.
it's a ladder.
Where's
Hold on a
this
second.
bucket supposed to be again?
Above. Which, well, could mean anything.
Was the killer hiding above the door frame?
There's no way they were up there. There's nothing for them to sit or hold on to. Not to mention, they couldn't have stabbed her from up there.
And if there's no place for the killer to sit, then there's no place for the bucket to sit.
Unless you take into account the size difference. The space above the entrance might not be able to support a person, but it could still support something as small as a bucket.
And that thing supporting the bucket?
The killer wanted two things, for the bucket to be above the victim and for it to spill on her when she entered the room. In other words, he needed to balance the bucket, but on what? What did the killer balance the bucket on? I want to say the stepladder, but it's obviously the door.
I got it. I don't know how we overlooked this, but I've got it. The killer just balanced the bucket on the door.
Like in those water bucket pranks people film?
Exactly. When the victim came into the room, she pushed open the door and caused the bucket to fall on her. This would make it so she couldn't shoot back or even get a chance to see her assailant. When the bucket hit the ground, it probably rolled away. That'd explain why we found it a couple feet from the victim.
That is a possibility, yes.
It sounds like the best conclusion.
There's just one problem. How was the killer able to reach that high? Unless they were abnormally tall, it'd be difficult to place something on top of that door.
Well, let's use that as our next point of discussion. How did the killer set up this trap?
To balance that bucket on the door, the killer would need to reach pretty high. Was there anything at the crime scene that they could have used as a boost? If I can answer that, it'll add further credibility to my theory. Oh, yep, there you go. There's the ladder. Yes.
This is it. There was a stepladder hiding behind the closet door. The killer probably used that. After climbing it, they could position the bucket right on top of the door.
Figures.
My precious stepladder? You think the bad guy used my super duper obvious stepladder?
Match point! Occam's razor!
Yes, it appears our killer didn't care much for subtlety. No matter how obvious it seems, it's the only answer that makes sense.
It was the only knick-knack of its kind, too. If there's something else that killer could have used, it's escaping me.
I see. It makes sense with what we've got so far. But I'm not done yet. I still have one last question for you apes.
Please just leave us alone. Oh, I'm so tired.
Hey, don't be like that. Grace may be loud, but her questions have really helped our discussion.
Anyway, what was the killer doing when that bucket poured onto the girl's head?
He obviously didn't just stand there and observe.
I have to agree. They must have been hiding somewhere, waiting for her to arrive. Somewhere nearby, I'd assume. Where was the killer hiding? Outside the janitor closet, on top of the door frame, behind the door, in the back of the janitor closet. I think it's the back. Please be right.
I got it. I've got it. The killer was hiding in the back of the closet. If he was pressed up against the furthest shelf and facing the entrance, there'd be a diagonal path between him and his victim. I say diagonal because that's the only way you can make a direct charge forward. Also, when the victim entered the room, she would have been standing with her back to the hallway, right outside the killer's range. That's why the stab wounds were only made to her chest.
Creating the crime scene we found! Great job, guys! We're actually doing this!
That was the last mystery, right? We must have put everything together now.
Even if it's all fake, I feel really bad for this victim.
It's an ugly sight, but she's no victim.
Huh?
Well, technically she is, but let's be real. The girl was carrying a gun. She probably provoked the killer, and they killed her in self-defense. It's a clear-cut case of the hunter becoming the hunted, no?
That's no excuse.
What?
There's no justifying murder. Killing a woman is the worst thing a man could do.
You're emanating a sizable amount of emotional tension. Are you okay?
There's no excuse. There never was an excuse. 28 stab wounds! No girl, no person should ever suffer Kara's fate.
Wait, who's Kara?
It was the victim's name! Didn't anyone read the tablet?
My gosh, okay. You know, I didn't expect this outburst, but it's actually pretty interesting.
I agree with you, dude, but you don't have to shout out your point.
Oi, what's all this about? We figured out the case. Stop trying to drag it on.
No. We're not finished here.
Huh?
There's no murder without a proper motive. We need to discuss why Kara died.
I am not going this far for a fictional murder case. We aren't looking for a murderer, we're looking for answers, which we have.
Do you turn in a half-finished exam, Winona? An essay without its conclusion? This isn't about efficiency, this is about being right. Or do you, a supposed entrepreneur, not value integrity?
What the hell?
Let's just talk about the motive. There's no harm in doing that, right?
Well, what was the motive? Was the killer fighting for their life? Or were they going out of their way to murder?
Oh gosh, okay, this is actually a pretty difficult thing to discuss.
Maybe the gun freaked him out. If I was in the killer's shoes, I'd definitely be nervous. Thing is, well, acting out of self-defense is possible. Since when does it look like this?
Given the severity, I'd liken it to a crime of passion.
Something done on impulse?
What if they were frightened? The spooky thing might have set them off big time.
That's wrong. There's no way this was done in self-defense. No matter what excuse the killer uses, it doesn't change the fact they have blood on their hands.
Yo, bud. You seem a little pressed.
Silence! I won't allow this!
Wow, things are getting emotional. While you've only been using logical arguments to further the trials so far, now might be a good time to change your approach. Introducing the Pathos mechanic. Oh gosh, okay, it looks pretty similar. Oh, it's purple this time. Hold to absorb. Wait, what? Okay. During the non-stop debates, the emotionally charged commentary of your classmates will appear as purple text. These comments are called pathos statements. You can absorb these pathos statements by hovering over them with your reticle by pressing E or LT. The pathos statement will then be loaded into your truth cylinder. Find a weak spot that is directly contradicted by the pathos statement and fire. If successful, you will make a powerful emotional argument to counteract your opponents. Stay on the lookout for pathos statements. While you will always be able to advance the trial using pure logic, emotional arguments can lead to some unique conversations. Wow, okay. Let's just listen to the debate.
To kill Kara so easily and without restraint. There is no way to justify this.
Take a chill pill, man.
You expect me to stay calm? This was the sadistic killing of one of humanity's brightest.
We shouldn't make a lot of assumptions about the killer's morals. This could have been self-defense.
You don't even know the damn killer. Just the crime scene they left behind.
This killer, dead or alive, deserves to be brought to justice!
But how can we do that? There's no reason to trust you if you have no proof.
So says the ultimate liar.
Was this murder justified? Or was it truly unforgivable? I feel like I have an obligation to find the truth.
Just the crime scene they left behind.
Crime scene? I don't think it goes on crime scene.
Or alive, deserves to be brought to justice!
But how can we do that? There's
No reason. Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. Okay. That was last minute.
Expertise shouldn't be overlooked here. If there's anyone to believe, it's the lawyer.
Say what?
Wolfgang has spent his life in the courtroom and on the crime scene. He'd understand the criminal mind in ways we can't possibly imagine. He was even emotionally invested in a murder case he'd never seen before. If his lawyer's intuition tells us that the killer was in the wrong, then we have no reason to disagree. We're all ultimates for a reason. We need to trust in talent.
Well spoken. If Wolfgang is adamant about the killer's intentions, we should have faith in him.
Yeah, Wolfgang's clearly trying his best for us.
Let's trust in the lawyer and his bargain bin buddy!
Hey! If it means going home, then new guy's convinced me.
Right on! Team Wolfgang all the way!
Thank you all for your support.
Well, Eva, do you still disagree?
Even if I did, it's not worth pursuing.
Does this mean we're done here? Hey! We're Disembodied Voice! We've figured out your stupid case! Now let us leave!
Oh, you're finally done. In all honesty, I stopped paying attention a long time ago.
What? We only went through this case because of you.
Silly me, I have a short attention span. So, just for my own benefit, why don't you summarize the information you've learned? It'll be good practice.
Fine. I'll do as you ask. I'll present the truth.
We'll present the truth together. Let's dig into it.
Oh, it's the closing argument. It's time to bring this trial to an end. It's time for the closing argument. Stock panel hint, gap hint, statement power. Okay. During the closing argument, you must summarize the case from start to finish. Naturally, your medium will be a comic book. Since the class has a relatively good understanding of the case, some parts of the comic are already complete. Wait, can I move the pages? Hold on. Switch pages. Insert panel. Okay. But it seems your peers have glossed over the smaller details, judging by those gaps in the story. To fill these gaps, you have been provided a collection of stock panels. Use the WASD keys to navigate your stock and press the space bar to select the panel. Hover your mouse over the relevant gap and press the left key to insert the panel. If you wish to undo your selection, simply press the space bar again. Don't forget the Q and E keys. Those are how you flip between pages. By the way, gaps will reveal a hint if you hover over them. If you ever need to revisit this information, the control panel is only one F3 key away. Now stand up straight and fix that tie. We've got a case to close. Okay, sweet. Okay, where did the killer hide? The killer... Oh gosh, wait, which one was it? In a janitor's closet, opening the door. Oh gosh. Did I already forget how to... Here? Okay, cool. And over here, which is, what was the victim carrying? What was the victim carrying? There's nothing here, so I have to move on. Okay. What did the killer pour into the bucket? How did the killer reach the door frame? Going up the stepladder. So it's this one right here? Right? Oh gosh. Is it? Is this one? Wait, spacebar? Spacebar? Wait. Okay, nice. Now we have... the next page. Over here. How was the trap triggered? Opening the door. This one. Go. And then... Oh gosh. Is this what really happened? That's pretty brutal. What was the victim carrying? Wait, how do I switch? Oh gosh. How do I switch? Oh gosh, what the? That was there the whole time? Clawing at the killer's neck? Okay, over here. This one. Yes. Yes. And then over here, one of these. It's the panel. Wait, over here. What did the killer pour into the bucket? Bleach. Over here. Okay. I'm still getting used to the controls. Some pretty slow. What was the victim carrying? A gun. Right? Okay.
I got it. The victim was Kara Koshkinen, the ultimate teacher's aide. Right before her death, she was wandering around the academy carrying a large assault rifle. That was probably when our unnamed killer, who was armed with a knife, spotted her.
decided he'd put her to eternal rest. He slid inside that little janitor's closet, where he began hatching a deadly scheme.
Aye, they needed a way to surprise the victim, who was better armed. The killer grabbed a bottle of bleach from the closet and poured its contents into a bucket.
That's because they wanted to blind Kara by splashing the bleach in her eyes.
Sneaky little bastard.
But to do that, they would need to set a trap and catch the victim by surprise. The killer moved a stepladder behind the closet door and climbed up it to reach the doorframe. There, they carefully placed the bucket.
That way, when the victim opened the door, the bucket would empty its contents all over her.
After completing this setup, the killer retreated to the far end of the janitor's closet and waited for the victim's arrival. The killer could have made noise to attract the victim's attention. Either way, the victim tried to open the door.
And, the bleach splashed all over her. Her scalp, face, and eyes were severely burned.
Youch!
The killer leapt from his hiding place and began viciously attacking Kara. In his fit of rage and cruelty, he stabbed her from the front 28 times.
While being stabbed, the victim tried to fight back by clawing at the killer. This left the dried blood under her fingernails. However, it didn't deter the killer, and the victim eventually died.
At present, we don't have enough information to reveal the killer's true identity, but their actions haven't been forgotten. That is the truth behind this case. Well, are you satisfied?
A measly 3 acts. Poor Horace would be beside himself.
Who the hell is...
No one cares! We've done your end of the bargain. Now let us out already!
That is what I promised, isn't it? Alright, I'll let you leave this room. But before I do, may I be frank with you all for a second? This entire time I've been hiding behind a speaker, afraid to show my face. My heart tells me you'll react cruelly to it. However, my head, it raises a compelling argument. Who cares what others think? Shouldn't I get to have a little fun once in a while? Yes. Let's do away with these silly boundaries already. It's time we meet face to face.
Wow, okay. Face to face?
What was that all about?
Everybody, look over there!
Oh gosh, what does he look like? Whoa, what the? Wow, okay. He looks actually pretty cool.
Toss away those pickaxes, peasants. The walls have finally crumbled. What will you do now that you've reached the other side? Will you treasure this new land? Serve it? Or will you set it ablaze? Well, peasants, have you made your choice?
Yo, what the f is going on?
This person, his voice.
Are you the speaker guy?
Speaker guy? No. You don't address your superiors like that. Within the halls of this academy, you'll refer to me by one name, and one name only.
Oh yeah? What is it?
His Highness, the great and powerful Tozu, host of the killing game.
Tozu. Killing game? Oh wow. Okay, that's the end of the class trial?
Well done.
Or you can call me Tozu for short.
Hey,
Hey, what do you mean killing game?
The show must go on.
Did you really think the story would end once we reach the climax of the case? Quite the contrary. This is only the beginning. Of what?
Why the long face?
Isn't it obvious? You, my dear subordinates,
Blood is rushing.
are going to kill each other. That's like... That's not...
Come on.
That's not funny.
But then...
But you said we could go home if we solved the mystery. Gave you peasants an incentive. It's not my fault you took it the wrong way. What are you talking about? You lied to us.
Rubbish.
Lied? Oh, no, absolutely not. I'm a fair man. A man sworn to the truth. And if I recall correctly, should you all agree on the right answer, you will be freed and what? No one cares what? That is why I promise I'll let you leave this room. I specifically said you could leave this room, not go home. You... Wow.
Not okay!
You're full of crap, man. There you go. Losing control of your voice. That's how you know you lost the argument. Logic is a cowardly thing like that. It'll jump ship the moment it's confronted with a challenge. He didn't lie, did he? He said he never lies. So when he said this was Eden's Garden Academy... Bullcrap, what am I doing? Believing someone like him? There's no other way around it. He's lying.
Dude!
Hey, why didn't you tell us about your dumb game sooner? And watch you peasants run away?
Pathetic.
I can't host a game without any contestants.
Please don't.
Please don't do this.
I just want to go home.
I just want to go home. I want to be with my family. Please, just let me go home.
There's no need to worry.
There's no need to cry, Miss Tallner. Huh? We're all civilized here. No one is going to kill simply because they've been ordered to. What's this? The peasant has a rebuttal? A match between unprepared, unfit players. You could hardly call that a match. In much the same way, the game you've proposed, a killing game, between students who don't have the heart to kill.
Nonsense.
Do you seriously think we'll abandon our morals so quickly?
Hey.
Yeah, that's totally right. We're like super boring people. We don't have what it takes to do something like this.
Indeed.
My heart is terribly soft, softer than the most delicate piece of mochi. When I see a fly in my room, I catch the poor deer in a jar and return her to nature.
I would never.
My mochi heart would melt otherwise.
I see.
I see. That's your argument, is it? Oh gosh, he's gonna give us a motive, isn't it?
How interesting.
So, what has you so convinced? What do you mean? What makes you think the people in this room lack the heart to kill? Do you even know anything about them besides their names and ultimate talents?
Pathetic.
If you do, then tell me, regarding killing, where do they stand? Are they okay with murder if it's for the greater good? Are they okay with murder if it guarantees their survival? Is where they currently stand on the issue the same as where they're willing to stand? Go on, you had a couple hours to get to know everyone. That's plenty of time to learn their life stories, right? Should I take that as a no? Goodness, what a surprise.
Plot twist.
Not. You wouldn't be here all dressed up in that fancy suit if you were so naive.
Such a sport.
Oh, and one more thing. That trial you just did, that was your preparation for the killing game.
Get out.
How? All you did was just make us play detective.
Plot twist.
And for a good reason. If one of you is killed, the remaining students will participate in the true class trial. Your objective here is simple. uncover the culprit if you can. Using the evidence you've gathered during the investigation, you will argue who you believe committed the murder. The result will be decided by popular vote, and if you choose the right person, they alone will be executed and the killing game will continue. However, if you choose the wrong person, the guilty party will be set free and the rest of you will be executed instead. Those are the rules of the game. Everyone understand? All of us will be executed? That's not fair. Really? I think it's one of our most beautiful rules. Everyone has the incentive to participate in the game, innocent or otherwise.
What's happening?
That's insane. You're treating us like pigs to slaughter. Nonsense. All of you have the chance to survive this game. Do you think the common butcher is so merciful? By the way, if no guilty party ever escapes, the killing game will end when there are only 2 students left. You may want to remember that, or maybe you don't care. It depends on what kind of a person you are. Out of the 16 people here, only 2 would be allowed to survive? 2 people? That's hardly better than if anyone gets away with murder. I know, that's what makes it so funny. Most of you will die, no matter what, and yet, with every passing trial, you'll all cling to life more desperately.
The show must go on.
And that exact mindset is what causes more murders to happen. Aren't these rules simply brilliant? A perfect test of the limits of human compassion? I can't wait to see all of you in action. Ahaha. Okay. Oh gosh, what just happened to him? The madman's loud, tinnitus-inducing laughter was suddenly cut off by a well-timed strike from behind. Gosh, who's it? Grace? Oh wow, it's her!
A million times, you mangy mutt! I want nothing to do with this stupid game!
Ow, 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 ow! Stop it!
Since you've made it clear you won't listen to reason, I'll just make sure you have no arms to kill with!
Do you even listen to when I talk? I'm not the one doing the killing. It's you lot who are...
Grace drove her fist directly into his stomach. She followed it with another blow, and another. And when it looked like she wasn't going to be satisfied until he was dead, I saw it. From out of nowhere, a tiny dot appeared on Grace's face. Oh gosh, what the...
Hey! Stop already! There's a...
Is she going to die? Wait, no! But before we could do anything... What?! The sound of gunshot echoed into our ears. There's no way she's dead. What? Grace released the man from her grip. Speechless, she moved her hand to her cheek, which had been nicked by the stray bullet. Who's that? We all looked in the direction the shot came from. The shooter stood silently by the pillar, a trail of smoke rising from the mouth of their rifle. Her mask. The design was a panther instead of a goat, but it was clear that she was working with him. You shot at her. This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them? Everyone slowly backed away from Tozu, suddenly fearful for their lives. What a shocking and unnecessary display of violence.
You think?
You think? I was talking about the gopher woman. Well, now that you've become acquainted with our enforcer, Mara? If any of you kids try to jeopardize the killing game, such as by attacking me, she'll be there to put an end to your shenanigans.
Pardon me.
Even though she misses her shots, that was just a warning. I assure you, it'd be unwise to further test her sharpshooting ability.
In any case...
Regardless, I finally have an answer to your previous question. Meh. You asked me if I knew anything about my friends beside their names and talents.
No matter.
Truthfully, I don't, but I'll continue to trust them as if I do because they're ultimates. Huh? They are charged with the betterment of society. They've proven themselves to be above simple acts of self-interest. We will not succumb. Even if you trap us, fire guns at us, and enforce us to endure farcical courtroom procedures. He's right. Grace was still trying to compose herself, still clearly shocked by her run-in with Death.
Don't test me.
No matter how weird these guys are, they're talented. Do you really think an ultimate would fall for this bullcrap? That's right. My friends and I have too much to live for and too much to achieve. We won't throw all that away for your killing game.
Don't get it mixed up.
We're all going to escape. We have to. One by one, the students raised their voices in solidarity with Wolfgang. All of them were so confident in what they were saying, so willingly to blindly put their faith in each other. And for some reason, it made me sick. Never underestimate the strength of human connection. I'm quite familiar with this idea. What kind of captain would I be if I can't handle a small crew of 15? What is this horrible feeling of contempt? Why do I feel this way when everyone else seems so hopeful? The voice inside me was answered by another.
No.
You've all got it wrong. The students turned their attention towards Ava, surprised by her words. Eh? Do you actually believe no one here will try to kill? You're really naive. I don't know how you made it as a lawyer. Well, instead of resorting to random ad hominem attacks, why don't you explain your reasoning?
It's the truth.
It's obvious. Compared to normal people, ultimates are more prone to killing, not less. Living with the constant praise from the public has ruined our sense of self. If you need examples, just look around the room.
What a joke.
Excuse me?
Look.
In the outside world, ultimates will do anything to further their own goals. The same is probably true here. Once you realize your dreams can only be achieved if you escape, you resort to murder.
Can't you see?
If you continue to convince all of these people to trust each other, they'll only be more vulnerable. Unless that was your plan all along. Is it possible you want to make everyone vulnerable? So that it would be easier for you to kill them? That's
enough.
That's enough. Suddenly, Ingrid stepped in front of Wolfgang protectively. Wolfie's done nothing wrong. He's given all of us a vote of confidence. Yeah, it's something we all needed.
Please.
So stop trying to turn us against each other, please. The horrible feeling grew stronger as the other students admonished Ava. It grew stronger and stronger, and I knew I had to say something. Ava's right. Huh?
No!
Damon, not you too.
I know.
Look, I get it. You want to make the situation less scary for everyone. But Ava made a good point. All of us have a clear motivation to leave this place, even at the cost of other people's lives. Whether it's to see our families again, or for the sake of our talents.
Don't say that!
No, I would never kill anybody.
That's not it.
Diana, you yourself admitted that you had too much to achieve. Don't you see how that's playing into the masked man's hands? This whole "we're ultimates" thing is pretty inane anyways. After meeting all of you, it's clear none of us have the same goals.
Hold on.
What are you insinuating? Don't we all carry the same obligation to improve the world we live in? His question angered me more than anything that had been said before. I could no longer suppress my true feelings.
That's wrong.
Look, the title barely means crap nowadays, alright? Most ultimates are just dullards, obsessing over some pointless hobby. Their talents don't contribute anything of worth. The only thing they're capable of is leeching off public attention for their own goals. Ouch.
You've got to be kidding me.
You've got to be kidding me. Running a business that feeds millions is pointless?
No.
Some of you are an exception, obviously. But come on, there's no way the rest of you can improve the world we live in with your niche fixations.
That was very...
Don't you mean the rest of us? You're an ultimate too. Yeah, what the heck makes you so special? I could feel their words wombing their way into my soul. What makes you so special? Well, I can actually achieve many things with my talent. I can argue policy, consider ethics and morality.
Yeah.
Better yet, I was the one who got you guys through that trial.
Really?
Is that really what happened? I remember all of us helping out.
Shrimp?
Yo, I see what's going on. You think you're better than us just cause you can say words nobody understands? Well, that kind of stuff is relative. Like, tell me what a dragster is. Do you know? Humph, watch your step, lest you trip and fall from the unparalleled heights of your vanity.
Not good enough.
I'm disappointed in you. Why are you so concerned about making yourself look good when we're in the middle of a death game?
The hell?
Wait, I wasn't trying to. It was no use. They turned against me, hurling obscenities, scowling, or simply shaking their heads.
Isn't this lovely?
Phew, do I sense anger, hatred, a unquenchable sense of bloodthirst? Well, save that for later. I'm the only person who can spill blood in the courtroom. The elevator will take you back to the killing game arena. We've cleaned up the crime scene and prepared a dorm room for each of you.
Get lost.
Thanks. Now, can you get lost?
Good evening.
Okay. He returned to his podium with the masked woman trailing closely behind. The bizarre mechanism that brought him into the room lowered the two of them into the ground and out of sight.
Hey.
Still, we're not going to kill anyone, right guys? No matter what happens, we're all going to make it out of here, okay? It was only when the madman had left that reality truly began to set in. I'm trapped in a killing game with people who despise me. How? How did this happen? I just wanted to help. I wanted to make sure we didn't trust each other too easily. And now, I'm being treated like the bad guy. Will these people practice what they preach? Will they really refuse to kill? I can't trust anyone here. For better or worse, it's me versus them. So kill the beginning of the end, the beginning of an unfathomable nightmare, a unrelenting despair. The beginning of the killing game. Oh gosh, don't tell me this is the end of the prologue. Oh gosh. Okay, so I do really like it so far now. You know, it was pretty confusing to know like if they would actually kill each other, but I'm glad Ava and Damon like pointed it out. Yeah, I just don't know what will happen next. Um, so is there anything else? Vows woven by... Whoa, what the heck? That... Oh gosh, okay. When is the next one going to release? Wow. Yeah, all of these voice actors are really good. Well, here we are, back at the title screen of this game. Well, there's a lot of things going through my mind right now. I guess I'll just start small. Okay, so let's start off with Damon. So, my whole perspective with Damon sort of changed after the end of the prologue. Although he feels like he's superior to everyone else in the class, I do really like his character as it goes against the norm of a pure-hearted protagonist. I feel like his character is more in line of an anti-hero. I would also say that it fits his talent pretty well too, since he is the ultimate debater. When it comes to the other characters of the class, I don't feel any sort of attachment towards any of them yet. I do really like Ingrid and Ava though. However, I feel like Ingrid is more likely to get bodied first, so I don't know if I should keep my hopes up for her to be alive. But yeah, overall, this was a pretty good prologue, and I can't wait to see what's next. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel for more videos. If you want to play the game for yourselves, I'll leave the link down in the description below. But otherwise, my name's Yuziko, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.